Hey guys, in this video we're going to be disassembling some parts from this engine, or should I rather call it a video series that's coming up on my channel. I can't believe it's been 4 years ago since I actually removed the head of this and basically got this block moving again because it had a sort of like a pinched main bearing which was causing it to spin, and of course everything, you know, rotates nice and easy now, even though it's been sitting for a while. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually remove the harmonic balancer, and it's actually going to be for sale once I actually remove it. Anybody wants it, just ask. In this video we're going to remove a harmonic balancer. This takes a 27mm socket. Normally you're gonna need like some kind of like a bar, you know, to make it easier for you to remove. In this case, we're going to try to use an Earthquake XT for the first time and see how easy it's going to be for us to remove this bolt. So let's go ahead and actually put it on. Well, this bolt wasn't that tight to begin with, but it was sitting for 4 years, so it could have very well became tight. Now, removing the bolt is not going to remove the actual harmonic balancer. What we actually need to do, we're going to need to actually get it out of there with some kind of puller tool. So I don't know if this is going to work. Well, actually, that just removed. Okay, that's interesting. Normally these things, they don't remove this easy, and last time I tried to pull on it, it actually did not pull. But let's see if we could put this on. It does have a groove over here. You want to make sure you will put it like the right the groove is, and then of course if you're replacing it, you would need to put these bolts back on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and actually put it on. That way you're going to have a video with me putting it on and taking it off. So now it's actually fully on, as you could see, you know. So we're going to go ahead and actually install this. It spins so fast, guys, that it actually removes this thing, no problem. So now that I put it on, we're gonna go ahead and actually take it off again, and I want to see if it's a little bit more stuck than it was before, because I don't want this to be like, you know, this was really easy on there and you can put it off. So actually you can pull it off just fine. I mean, there's really nothing really grabbing it, but a lot of times they get really stuck down in here. They sort of like kind of get welded, and as you can see, it's actually made out of steel, you know, and well, the block is steel, so that is good. So we're not gonna really have any type of corrosion going on. So that is that. But usually these harmonic balancers, they fail. This is a good one. This is actually was replaced at the time of this engine when it was actually rebuilt. So it looks like the hardest job is done. Now we're gonna need to remove some of these pulleys. Here we have a tensioner, and in order for us to actually remove the tensioner, this pulley is in the way, because we do have a socket down there we got to get to. So in this video we're going to be removing some pulleys. Okay, I'm going to prefer to actually use my hammer drill for this one. So looks like we have a whole setup over here. Let's see, we do have a Torx on it, obviously, and then we have some of these things. So this is going to be for that. I really don't have any Torx over here, so I have a whole set of them, kind of all over the place. Let's see if this is the right size. This is a T40. A T40 fits, but what you need to really have is a T45. So that's a T40. What is this? A T47. Let's see if a T47 would work. It actually does. It is a tight fit. That's a tight fit, but it works. So gonna need like one of these if you're gonna try to install, if you're gonna try to actually use it like hammer drill. So let's go and actually pull this off. This is very light in there to begin with, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off. This is of course fully on there. So this was a piece of cake to remove. So as you can see, when you remove it, sometimes they have these spacers. You want to make sure you don't lose the spacers and that you put them exactly where they need to be. That one, for instance, did not have a spacer. So it's really important to do it correctly. So now we're gonna remove this one. For this one, obviously, it is a not T47. It might be a T40. So for this one here, for the pulley itself, for some reason, it's a different one. So it is a T40. So that was actually really easy to remove. I probably had them loose already and it really wasn't going anywhere. So now we got to go ahead and actually get rid of these. Now these are called E-sockets, guys. All of these, this is E-sockets. So we're gonna find the appropriate E-socket, and we have them right here. So let's try the E10. So E10 works perfectly for this, and I guess while we're at it, let's try the E12. Okay, so that works perfectly as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do E10. Let's see how easy this would be to remove. Now this is at an angle, and I may need to use some kind of like expansion tool, or to just simply angle this out of the way, because that's not very convenient spot. So let's do, I guess, let's find, let's see here. This is a T55. I'm always being asked what size goes here. So that's probably a T60 goes. So we have a T60 right here. So guys, when you're actually trying to change your belt and stuff, this is a tensioner pulley. You will need to basically pull in this, but this is obviously really short. So there's a couple tricks. Now, right now, the only trick I have handy to me is I could actually take like one of these wrenches, and I could basically, you know, just put it on here like that, you see? And you could just use that to pry. So you could do it that way, and you could also do it this way. Doesn't really matter. So once this grabs it, you could actually do it like this. So if you have nothing else, like a piece of pipe, this works. Also what works is a kit that you have that comes with your Sprinter jack, these blue type of pipes. You can put a pipe in the back of it, and that's what I usually use. It's actually exact size of this T60. So once again, T60. If you don't have a set, I'm gonna make a list, and it's gonna be affiliate links from Amazon, and I'm gonna put a set up here. This is not a very expensive set. I actually picked this up at Advanced Auto Parts. So we're gonna need now our hammer drill. So go ahead and go ahead and get that, and then this. So it only takes two T10s that hold it in place, and a T60 and a T40. That's what you really need. You're gonna need a T40. Well, we used a little one, but you're gonna need a T40 like this. If you got, that's what you're gonna be using. This is a set usually, so you're gonna have everything. I prefer to use sockets. It just makes my job a whole lot easier. So now we have this tensioner pulley. So what we're gonna do is, I like to usually put the appropriate type of wheel back on them. This is a pulley. It's a flat pulley, as you could see. I know it's important for me to say that because sometimes you know, people may wonder, is this a flat one, is this a grooved one? I could certainly understand if you're doing it for the first time. So now we have a pull in here, so it's a perfectly good, you know, type of tensioner pulley. So that could actually be used as a spear. So now that we're done with the actual tensioner pulley, once you pull it off, this is what it looks like back here.